Alright crew, I've got 3 questions. 1. Why the hell hasn't Tepe played in the NEL? Number 2. How do you have this good of a character design, yet you haven't even played a minor role? And number 3, who actually even is this guy? What's up crew, it's your Captain Burex. We are back again with another Blue Lock video, and today we are going to be talking about some guys on the bench for PXG and Bastard Munchen. Also, I'm almost at my 100 subs milestone, so if you like the content, drop a sub, drop a like, and join our crew. The Blue Lockers we will be talking about today are Endoji Akira, Haruhiko Yuzu, Chou Kento, and Teppei Neru. And actually, Cho has a salary offer of 5 million yen now, so he did get a chance to play off screen in that PXG game against FC Barca, but we'll still talk about him because we haven't really seen him in a while. In fact, let's start off with Cho. In my going back and rereading the U20 arc, he was actually a pretty solid player. Cho Kento was one of the forwards on the U20 team, and he really was truly solid. He had a blandish, kind of laid back type of personality, so much so that RU actually calls him a mannequin man. We see his speech pattern is pretty direct and to the point when he communicates with his teammates. We have panels of him coordinating well with the front line of U20 as well as Hitoshi Sai. He even took a shot on goal at one point, but he got pretty much subbed by Nico and it got saved by Gagamaru. Cho is also shown to have more lines than I remember, and he was even getting super fired up at one point about not wanting to lose the game to the Blue Lock 11. He shows quite good ball skills and shot ability. I guess it's important not to underestimate the U20 team. After all, they were originally the best players that Japan had to offer before Blue Lock came in and took the throne. Cho currently plays in the NEL, and the team he chose was PXG under Julian Loki. After this most recent win against FC Barca, we actually see Cho with a salary offer of 5 million yen. Interesting, right? Because when exactly and where exactly did he play? Did Loki just put him in as a defender somewhere? Well, I highly doubt that because we don't see him get any screen or panel time, I guess is more appropriate for manga, but he was indeed in the game at some point. There wasn't really room for him in the front line for any of the goals that, Rin or Shido scored, but he must have done something decent to at least earn himself that 5 million yen salary. I wonder if we'll see him again, but I think that it is safe to say that Cho Kento sadly will not earn a spot in the top 23. While we're on the topic of an ex-U20 player, why don't we just talk about Tepe next? Now friends, this is one that I honestly do not understand at all. Tepe was one of the 4 defenders that make up the U20 Iron Wall Defense Quartet alongside Aiku, Neo, and Darai. Tepe is an excellent lightning-style defender who kept up with Yukimiya. And honestly, kept up may be a bit of an understatement because he had Yukimiya virtually locked down for a decent amount of the match until Yuki finally figured it out. Tepe himself made it a point to explain to Yukimiya that he isn't the burly, carnivorous defender type like Kazuma. He's a herbivorous defender with unmatched speed. He's able to read Yukimiya's moves and react extremely fast. Tepe also had quite a bit of dialogue, and we get to see he has a really quirky personality, and he's a super sweet kid. Like for example, he's the first person to acknowledge Blue Lock out loud when he says, look, that's them, that's Blue Lock. Then in his first interaction with Yukimiya, he compliments Yukimiya's glasses. Even while he's locking Yukimiya down, he's not an aggressive, smack-talking kind of guy. He's very friendly, but competitive in his communication. Like when he notes that Yukimiya is faster than he looked in the recordings. He's also really sweet to Hitoshi Sai after his first goal, saying how amazing of a shot it was, but we know that Sai only cares about his baby Shido and pretty much brushes all the U20ers off. After seeing his role in the U20 defense, I genuinely have no idea why he hasn't played. Noah, what the hell are we doing here, bro? I'm pretty sure that it's safe to say that Tepe has defensive abilities that are on par with or even greater than Raichi in my opinion. I would say Raichi is more similar to the Kazuma type of defender who's a lot more physical and will use his strength to press you. With that said, I'm not saying that he could necessarily hold off Snuffy like Raichi did, but I do know that he has way more experience than any of the Blue Lockers at playing defender since that was his position in U20 from the start, whereas all Blue Lockers went through Blue Lock as strikers. Now, talking about Tepe's speed, I wonder if Noah may potentially sub him in as a defender to try to keep a collar on a speedster like Zantetsu. This would also give Raichi the ability to do something more up his alley like Manmark Tokimitsu, who we all know is the true muscle bullet of Blue Lock. The other thing that I want to kind of point out here is the fact that the other U20 defenders like Hayate, Darai, and Kazuma already have offers of 10 million or more, and their teams are all getting smacked in the NEL. Hayate and Darai play on FC Barca, and the boys have not even won a single game yet. Kazuma plays on Manshine City with Nagi and Rayo, and they're really not much better than FC Barcha. So again, what the hell, Noah? Anyway, with all that being said, Tepe is relative to all of these defenders, so we know that he can at least get an offer of, 10 to 15 million yen. But now, let's switch gears and talk about two blue lockers that we haven't seen play much soccer literally at all in the story up to this point. Let's start off with the character that I'm probably most excited about in this video, Endoji Akira. Akira is a blue locker that we met back at the end of the second selection stage. He was a member of the 4th clear team alongside Nanase, Sunzaki Taiga, Hiragi Reiji, and Shizuka Haiji. This is probably one of the more unknown teams because the only person that most of us are familiar with from this team is Nanase. During the 3rd selection, Akira elected to play in the C team with Nagi and Yukimiya. We have a quick panel of him and Zantetsu making a run here to try and defend Rin and Shida from scoring a goal, but they pretty much have no shot of catching up. And sadly, it doesn't seem like he did much in this game because he wasn't selected for the U20 bench. We do see another panel of him, Shingen, and Saramadara being shocked to see Ego in person again after these games were played, but they didn't even give my boy no dialogue, just an exclamation point to portray him being surprised. After this, we see him one more time in his lounge fit during the speech from Ego while everyone is training for the U20 game. And believe it or not, this is the last time we see him in the manga minus the NEL graphic. Bro, what? This is a masterful character design, and I really love the colors for him in the anime. The orange and black is a really good colorway for Endoji Akira. He really almost looks like a main character, so I'm truly shocked that he hasn't gotten any shine at all. During the Neo Egoist League, Akira chooses the PXG team under Coach Julian Loki, but bro has been straight up riding the bench the entire time. It's hard to determine what his position might actually be. Everyone that was invited to Blue Lock, of course, was a striker, so that we can assume that he has striking abilities, but is there a chance he may work better as an actual defender? Was he actually the striker of that 4th clear team with Nanase and the crew? We really have no idea, and sadly we may not ever get an idea at all. I don't really know if Loki has any plans to put him in. I had originally thought that Loki's coaching philosophy was everybody gets their own chance, but it's been revealed to us that Loki literally only came to the NEL to make Charles better to benefit himself. Not exactly the ideal coach, but I can't really be mad, go off egoist. That's what this whole manga is about. So the question here is, will we see Akira touch the pitch in this final match of the NEL between PXG and Bastard München? Only time will tell, but I'm thinking, I'm hoping, I'm coping that Loki might sub him in for just a bit beside Cho and one other character that we haven't talked about yet. Haruhiko Yuzu. Haruhiko Yuzu is another blue locker that we met at the end of the second selection stage. Yuzu finished on the 3rd clear team with Karasu, Otoya, Yukimiya, and Aiki Himizu, which is low-key a pretty stacked team. In the 3rd selection, he elected to play with Karasu and Otoya, probably because those are some of the guys he passed the 2nd selection with. We weren't able to see this game because Isagi's ass slept through it, but we can see that he played alongside Sakura and Hiragi, but they got annihilated 5-2 in this match. Similar to Akira, Yuzu must not have done much in this match because he did not end up getting selected for the U20 bench either. Also similar to Akira, that's the last that we've seen of him besides the lounge fit and the speech with Ego during the training before the U20 game. He elects to join PXG under Julian Loki for the Neo Egoist League, and he has yet to touch the field. I would love it if he did, but seeing how there were some characters that actually didn't play a single match in the NEL, I fear that these guys might end up in the same boat. However, I do not believe that not playing in the NEL means that your Blue Lock career is over, but maybe we save that discussion for another video at another time.